Hello, Casper here. It's been like forever since I recorded last time. I have had some health issues and yeah, I've also been off work with some sick leave in a little while now. Why have I else been away? I have also been working intensively on my game Thief, which is a spin-off of Quackmoor. And all sorts of stuff has happened, so that's why I haven't been uploading anything. What is going on here? Here we go. But in the meantime, I've had some of my uploads having quite a bit of positive response. And I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think maybe one of my videos have like 315 likes. I might be wrong, but I've reached a milestone in my YouTuber life. I've reached, and this is while doing nothing, just my old videos, mainly the Mythic Bastionland videos, and my drawing video I think was quite popular. So I've reached 100 subscribers to the channel, and here I would probably add some cheering and some applause music. Anyways, I thought I would, in celebrating my 100 subscribers, I would upload a video. Yeah, I've just sleeping in today, so if you think I look tired, it's because I've just stepped out of bed. But I prepared all this last night, and where am I going? I'm rambling as usual. Yeah, where am I going? Actually, oh yeah, I've set everything up. You can't see it. I've trying a new setup. What you can see is I've again drawn portraits of the 4 characters I'm going to take into the dungeon. And what are we playing? We are playing OD&D, but using the delving deeper rules for that, so it's a bit better organized than the 3 little brown books. So I don't have to fumble around too much. I might also refer to the newer versions online of Delving Deeper. I have my trusted. Yeah, did I even say what I want to do? I think it's quite obvious. I want to play some solo roleplaying, but what is this? OBS and what's that other program called? I think they're putting some AI filters over my my video, my camera. I did choose some background blurring, but I think there's some enhanced AI thingy going on. So I have no controls over the not anymore over the quality of the output. It's really weird, and I even subscribe to Camo now, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I have to look into that. But I also wanted to play, so I can't really look into all that now. I want to use the time I have on my hands to do some solo role-playing. So again, I'm rambling. what are we using? I have my trusted shot box here for keep track of the turns. I have, yeah, I found some old, to keep it in the vein of OD&D, I found some of the earliest character sheets there is. I think actually it might have been on yellow paper. We could do something about that actually. We could, let's see, can't we do something about that? I think so. I'm going to try and make it yellow. So let's see if I can do that. Oh my god, we could. Oh, so okay, yeah. So they sort of kind of looked like this. This is I was so lucky I found a form fillable version of the character record sheet. And to help me facilitate the dungeon, I am going to use, and I thought I had, that one from Gary Gygax in Strategic Review Volume 1, the solo dungeon generator. I did find it, and probably it's going to be let's see. Oh yeah, we have to look into that. I have to have a couple of windows open. I will look into that, but yeah, so we're going to use that one to the old one to generate a dungeon once we find the dungeon, because as you can see I'm also using HexKit 2 to make the map of the world over here on your right hand, and underneath that we have our battle maps. I'm just going to use Owlbear Rodeo to sort of draw the rooms and then use some Ludo. Is it called Ludo in English? I don't know. It is in Danish. Pawns and some my character portraits to move around on. You can see here. Wop wop. Wop wop. The goblin moved up and yeah, so that is when we have a fight. So I've been watching some. I'm rambling again. I've been watching some Barrows and Borderlands actual play with this YouTuber. I think he's called Dungeon in the Attic, and he also uses Mythic. I might not be using Mythic in this video. But I think it's really other than he's like really good at making voices, and he's really good at what he's doing, and he has much better video quality than I have, and everything looks really good in his videos. But the thing is that I figured when watching his videos is that because he's not showing the map, it feels much more like he's the referee or the games master, and he's describing what the characters see, so I as a viewer feel that I'm actually in the dungeon. So I wanted to try that. I do have my graph paper and a pencil, but it's just from my own tracking. So I wanted to try that approach instead. So yeah, and because it's been a while since I used the strategic review generator, it's going to be maybe feel a bit slow, but we are not here for pace and action-packed YouTube entertainment. We are here for some dungeon delving. Yeah, and we don't want to stress. So, I think I'm going to pause the video and fix the issue I'm going to have, because I can show you here. I found the strategic review on this page where you can download it, so it's going to show like that, and that just looks a bit ugly. So I'm going to open up a secondary window so I can have both windows open at the same time. Yes, be right back. So that should be fixed. Now I just have to juggle multiple pages, but let's see. Yeah, one thing I can say, I think we should introduce the characters and the yeah, let's first introduce the characters and then the world and then what we are going to do. I am going to have the world map up though for now, because we are not in the dungeon. One thing I just quickly need to check. I need to check the name of the village we are starting in. Usually I start in, when I play OD&D, I have my usual village, which is Tilly's Bottom. I cannot remember if this is the one. Which one? Oh, this is okay. This is another old one. Spring Picklington. Spring Picklington. I tried to do a pun over a famous town in Denmark, which is called Vorbasse, which is a spring pig. Nice coffee there. Okay, so the characters. Okay. First off, from top to bottom, we have I don't know how to pronounce it. I should say I used an online character generator I found for delving deeper, and I rolled. So these are randomly rolled, but we start off, and then I used some other resource. I have to come up with a name. So everything here is rolled randomly. And first off, we have elf, first level. Sorry about that. First level elf, Porficlya. Yeah, so I started her as a fighter because the group needed a fighter. And then we have a second character down the line. We have Gloris, cleric of some forgotten deity. I don't know the deity. She's wielding a warhammer, it says here, and a shield. I thought actually a warhammer was two-handed, but never mind that. It doesn't really matter. It's some sort of mace, whatever. And then we have Edlin, the Ugly. I forgot to, some of the characters, they also come with a description. Some of them I rolled from a resource I had, and some of them I just simply forgot to roll something. But I rolled that he was ugly. So, and he's a magic user. So it's Edlin the Ugly. He's starting with sleep, luckily. And unfortunately, he's also going to be the one with the light saucer. So he's going to be carrying a lantern. Let's hope the monsters don't target him right away. And then we have Odell, the thief. I'm going to include thief as well. They weren't originally, but in the 3 little brown books. But as I'm using Delving Deeper, I'm going to take advantage of the thief. So yeah, that's that. That's the characters. Yeah, back to the map of the world. Yeah, so this is Spring Piglinton, and we're going to have to, yeah, we're of course generating the hex map as we go with the rules in Delving Deeper. But as you can see, that I already rolled the surrounding hexes. But we're going to, when we travel, use the procedures in here, and we're also going to roll where this dungeon is located. What we're going to do is, I think we're going to place it in the second row in the perimeter around the outer perimeter of the hex map, and because there are 12 hexes there, we're going to roll a 12-sided die. And I'm today using for rolling stuff. I'm using Sophie's dice, but we're going to roll a 12-sided to find out where we have the dungeon located, which they're going into. So 12, okay, that is all the way up. Let me just quickly make an X on the map as quickly as I can. I should have an X somewhere. Maybe they are under utilities. I think they are. Yes. So it's up here. Sorry, up here. Bonk. I think we're going to be here somewhere. Okay. So we don't know what the terrain is there yet, but procedures for traveling in Delving Deeper is quite easy. You can, as a standard human who is not encumbered, you can travel 2 hexes per day. And it also has some standards for dwarves, so we don't have any dwarves. But it's quite simple. It's 2 hexes per day, and if it's difficult terrain, it's just 1. So that is on foot, by the way, and we are going to go on foot. We haven't even got our mule yet. So, okay. Do we need an excuse to go into this dungeon? Do we need that? I could roll something on Mythic. Should I do that? Oh no, then I need a second window for Mythic as well. And yeah, it could be nice if I had several screens. I did have at one point in my life. I don't have that anymore. Yeah. But I can see that I already recorded 18 minutes, and I don't think I'm asked to edit the video after, so this is going to be uncut, raw OD&D. So we don't need an excuse. We have heard some rumors that there should be a dungeon up to the northwest-ish there, some 12 miles away, because each hex here is a 6-mile hex. So one little thing before we start, I need to make sure I don't mess this up. So I'm going to place a little thing there. And yeah, I think we are in. But one thing we do need, though, is to come up with a name for the inn. We don't have that. Do I have any good resources up for that? Oh no, I don't really. Oh no. One sec. I do think I want to have some resource up for that, so I'm going to pause the video. Be right back. So I can sense and see and feel that my video is there's something that makes it really, really heavy on my computer, so it's already starting to slow down. I hope I at some point can fix it before we start, really, actually. Maybe I should do that. I don't know what it is that makes my computer really struggle. Anyways, I've pulled up, and I won't be able to because it's on a spread, but I've found Madeline Hale's Inns and Taverns book. So I'm going to roll a couple of 20-sided dice to figure out the name of this inn or tavern. So the first word is the, so it's the stolen. The stolen oak. I think oaks, it's a too typical trait, but let's see. The stolen blade. You know what? I'm going to go with oak because we're not fudging rolls here, and it's quite funny with the stolen oak. So we are in the inn of the Stolen Oak, and we have planned an expedition as good as they can. I'm thinking here, is there a generator for adventure party names? One thing last night I played around with was the pun on the ugly ducklings, because I think everybody was sort of ugly, and so what about the ugly Dungeoneers? So that is now the adventure party name. The ugly Dungeoneers. I'm going to note that. So the ugly Dungeoneers are going to set out on a journey to the northwest early in the morning. They've just had their breakfast at the Stolen Oak. So I'm going to follow the procedures of this, and we are going to travel towards the northwest. So I do like to have some timekeeping here. So I'm going to write that down here. So time tracking, I'm going to call it. Day 1, and should we say it is 8 in the morning? And we can travel 2 hexes. So just need to find the pages here, and we come into this these hills. It's just another, because there aren't that many terrain types in Delving Deeper, so it's pretty basic. So I'm just going to say that it's still in the open. It's just for flavor that it's hills. So let's see. Do I roll winter roll for encounters? I've forgotten about that. 1 sec. It just sort of says that it's different rules per different environment. It says once per day when it's out in the open, and since we don't know what's up here, I think we sort of I'm going to move the marker up, so that's how I'm going to adjudicate this. Yeah, I'm just making sure I got everything right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to roll what's in the dungeon hex, and then I'm going to roll whether we have the encounter. We're going to see what sort of environment we have, and then we're going to respond to what sort of encounter roll we're making upon that. So we get here up to a hill, and we are going to look into this next hex. Okie dokie. So we need 2d6 for this roll. We are in the open, so huh. One sec. It's been a while since I played, so I'm a bit confused about some stuff here. Oh, silly me! Now I get it. We get more of the open sort. So that can either be grass or hills. Let's put the dungeon in hills. I could also make it a dice roll. I should do that maybe. So 1, 2, 3, it's grass. 4, 5, 6, it's hills. It's grass. Here we go. Tall grass, even. Okay. So we can actually travel in that. We can travel 2 hexes. So I'm going to roll a 6-sided die again to see when we have the or when I'm doing the encounter roll. Oh, silly me! It is actually once per day. So let's do it. Oops, here obviously. So when we first come there, we look into the horizon and we see some fields or plains in the horizon, and that is where we're going. And we're going to walk. Parties walking down the hill. Do they encounter something in the foothills? Okay, so it's on a roll of a 6 when it's out in the open. No encounter. So the party travels safely to the next. So it's what was once per day. So what I'm going to say is that we are going to have to, since it's 2 hexes per day, I'm going to say that they have to camp now, because it's late in the day now. Is there anything about camping? No, it's actually sort of included already in that. So we don't encounter anything. We have day 2, and the party eat a 1 ration each. So I'm going to mark that off. You know what? I'm just going to mark that off when a week has passed. That's easier. So okay, so it's day 2. It's dungeon day. Dungeon time. Okay, here I think I'm going to roll something so we can generate a theme of this dungeon. Hang on. Yeah, for that we're going to use Madeline Hale's Table Fables 2. It's a bit whimsical, but I'm guessing my character portraits are also a bit on the whimsical side for this setting I have made here, so why not use it? What does she write about dungeons on page 57? Dungeons. Theme. Okay, that's all sorts of stuff we can roll here. Why not do that? So I'm going to make a separate piece of paper and write dungeon details down on the dungeon. Okay, we are going to roll a d8. It's a family tomb. Oh no, it's not. I get the shit. So we have to roll on this. Okay, what did I roll? Oh shit. I rolled a 2. It's actually a temple of sorts, which can be then either a cathedral, an abbey, or a monastery. No, I'm going to re-roll that entirely because we don't have a monastery out in the open, and there's pretty high chance of rolling that. A castle. I'm going to say that it's a ruined castle, and we're going to roll further. Whether it's a castle with a moat or a keep or a mansion. Yeah, let's do that. It is going to be a mansion of sorts. So what I'm going to say, I'm not going to call it a mansion, like a vampire's mansion. I'm simply not. I am going to make it to be a smaller castle. What is that called? I don't know. Is that castle ruins? Let's just go with that. We can't see how big it's really been, but there's some sort of entrance into a dungeon in those castle ruins, and we're now going to roll the size of this. It's also a d8. So it's a medium-sized dungeon. Yeah, we're going to skip that because we're using the rules that Gary Gygax made for the size of this. But we can roll the condition of them. It's in perfect condition. It's a ruin. Yeah, okay, so it's a ruin, but what I'm thinking here is that there aren't that many cave-ins, and it's yeah, that is what I'm going to. What is the lightning like? Do we need to roll that? No, we don't really need that. Modest candlelight. We are going to roll on the atmosphere. That is a damp and mossy. Yes, that's the sort of dungeon we like. Its reputation. Known to a few locals. We are going to now roll any notabilities and peculiarities about this dungeon. I had hoped that there was a name generator, but let's. Whoopsie. Just need one. Maybe two. restored. At one point, the structure was completely repurposed into something else. Yes. Let's roll another one just to have some... Carvings. A number of carvings and reliefs are scattered throughout the dungeon. Isn't there a dungeon name? Oh, there are some quite... I don't know. We don't. It doesn't have a name for now. Let's get going. We've already recorded 35 minutes and we've only come to the dungeon. So what I am going to do, so I can actually remember what is going on, I am going to put down another symbol. We're going to make a dungeon entrance on the map instead. We're going to go with this one. I think. Yes. I'm just going to write that it's grasslands. This is grass. Or let's just write that. Okie dokie. Oh, you know what? We need a castle ruin, not that picture. I'm sometimes a bit pedantic about stuff like that. So, again, we're going to have some castle ruins. Here we go. Like that. Okie dokie. So, we are going into the dungeon. And let me, first of all, remove those pawns. Okay, I think I'm going to keep the map up while we delve the dungeon, so the battle map does not get in the way, so you're constantly looking at those nice colors of the Ludo pawns. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. So, the first room of the dungeon. As Gygax wrote, we're going to roll on the room table, and we're going to roll doors and everything. We could start with an area, but I think we should roll everything. And I will say that I can get a result with no doors, but let's see. How about it? The room size. For that we need a 12-sided die for the very first roll. And then we also place some stairs down. I rolled an 8, which are rectangular, 20 by 30 square feet. So, the ugly Dungeoneers come down into a rectangular room, and I'm going to say that they come from the east side. There are some stairs down. And we are always looking through the eyes of the adventurers, as we are with dungeon generators. So yeah, we're coming down some damp and mossy stairs, and as we go in, Edlin the Ugly is going to light the lantern. I'm going to say that there is already an oil in the lantern, and so he has 4 extra. Are there any exits? I do hope so. I mean doors. We already came through an exit. So we're going to roll, and it's a 6-sided die we are going to toss around. 6, that does sound like something. Any size, roll a 1 to 4, that means a 4-sided to determine the number of doors. There's one door down here. I'm going to say that it's directly opposite. And let's say that it's a wooden door with iron bands. Classic. No, maybe since it's, yeah, let's say it's that, because they probably would have a reinforced door down here. And I think that this room has long since been emptied by other looters. But since it's a damp and mossy dungeon, the dungeon door is swollen and it's stuck as they always are. But we are moving up and we are going to listen at the door. And as many people as they want can listen. So let's just... Everybody listens, I guess, at the door. Takes a turn to do that. The humans have a 1 in 6 chance, or on a 6 I think it is, to hear something, and the elf has a 5 in 6 chance, so I'm going to roll like this. None of the humans hear anything. Does our elf hear anything? Yeah. Luckily we had an elf with us, with sharp ears. So if there is something, we heard it, so we hear a noise, and first round, or sorry, turn has already passed, and we're already rolling our first encounter roll. Nothing. So, okie dokie. What's beyond the door? As I'm fairly new to this generator, or I have been using it years back, I need to navigate around in this. Beyond the door. Space is beyond the door. It's a 12-sided. It's 12. There's a room. Ooh. And I remember that it's another 12-sided. An 8. That is the same size. Let's just keep it at this sort of the same architectural style. We haven't actually moved into the room yet, I should say. But I need to see if what there is in there, so I'm putting on my referee cap. I'm just already rolling the content of the room. It's empty. Womp womp. So, okay, they don't know that. They are going to force up the door. So, yeah, maybe I should have waited with the roll, because they... Okay. Okay, if up to 2 people can force up the door, but they sort of don't have the advantage of surprise if it's 2 people. They sort of spill into the room, as far as I remember. Yeah, I'm quite sure on that. We can take a look at... Can take a look at it. Doors. Two characters can simultaneously apply their strength to a single door, but they will be unable to react to whatever is lurking on the other side as they burst through. Yes, that is bad, but we, on the other hand, do not want to have to roll another encounter roll. So, yeah, next time I'm going to roll in a different order. So the humans the two humans are going up because they have a 5 in 6 chance, and they're going to force up the door. Oh dear, this door is really stuck. They're making a lot of noise, and we are going to do another encounter roll. This took 10 minutes. No encounter. We're going to try again. Oh, we can't get the door up. Here we go on the third attempt, but I still have to make an encounter roll. No encounters. Whoa. Okay, they get the door up and already half an hour has passed. Come into an empty room. With how many exits? With 4, so I rolled a 4. So that is oh dear. A secret door might exist. There are no doors. A secret door might exist, and a search may be made if desired. For every 10 square feet of wall space checked, roll a 12-sided die. A roll of 1 indicates a secret door has been found. A 12 indicates a wandering monster has come in. Shit. Oh my god. So, okay. That is funny. So let's have a look at it. I can tell you that that is also a bit silly that the chance of getting no doors is so high. The chances of getting no doors are so high. So I can roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. You know what I'm going to say, because we have to, I think we have to move on, we have to have a bigger dungeon. So I'm going to say that, well, we could eventually go back and roll another secret door out of it, see if there's a secret door in the first room. But let's go by the rules. So we take the left corner of the room first. Bump. Next one. Yes, next one. You know what I'm going to say? They could, of course, have been... Okay, we get, as the rules say... Oh, a 1 indicates, I thought it was a monster. We found a secret door. And it's on the 6th turn where we should have... Yeah, we should have taken a small break in the dungeon, but let's just say we found it. Maybe as they took their break, but they found the secret door and said, hey, it's right there. And it's actually in the middle. There's a secret door in the middle of the 30-foot section on the west side of the wall. They find a secret door. And I'm actually one thing that I'm not aware of is the secret door. Oh, yeah. Is the secret door actually? I'm wondering if is the secret door actually also stuck. And one other thing, do they find the sort of the mechanism to open the door, the secret door, right away? That is another thing. Anyways, let's say that is part of the role because it's also taking so long time. So the second hour of the lantern has now started. So we've been down there 1 hour. So let's say it's now 9 in the morning. I am going to keep track of that. So I'm going to roll. What am I going to roll? Let's just say that it opens. I have no idea. It just say all doors. I don't know. Anyways, it's open. We open it, and what's beyond the door? Beyond the door, where is the table? Why is it gone? Here we go, a 12-sided. 5. Passage 45 degrees behind / ahead. Okay, I'm just going to say that it's either left or right in this case, so let's flip a coin to find out. 1 is left. 45 degrees left. So, but while the secret door, a passage leads to the southwest. But I'm looking through the eyes of the party, so on my map it sort of looked like this. I don't know if you can actually see it. So 30 feet down, we must check again. First time we are rolling on the periodic check thingy. Whoa, what is going on with the 12? Side passage, see table 3, check again in 30 feet. Table 3. Interesting, that's a 12-sided. 1 sounds ominous. Left 90 degrees, so the passage continues 30 feet but goes left. How do we do that? Oh yeah. So left, I'm just going to say that it's 30 feet. And it continues another 30 feet. So the question is, I am going to show you because that might be a bit confusing. It goes something like this. So it goes to the left. It sort of... Actually, did I say 90 degrees? Wouldn't it then... Is it according to the map or according to the compass needle? It's according to where we are, then it should actually be... Actually, it should be at an angle, I guess. So 1, 2, 3 here. Yeah, it's actually more like this. Okay. The question is, and I think because we've drawn so much, I can't remember the rules for that, but I think we are going to have to say, because we are mapping as we go, and it was a complicated mapping we have to do there, so we're going to say that a turn has gone by, and we are going to roll the encounter die. No encounter. Thank God for that. So, which way are we going though? Let's flip the coin. 1 left, 2 ahead. We're going left. So now we have walked since we started after the secret door, so it's 90 feet we have walked. And it's, I think the slowest party member has 90 feet, but when we are delving, it's amount we can walk 120 feet before a turn has passed. In that sense, so okay. So we are heading down this corridor, and we are rolling on the periodic checks table. (19) Trick or trap. See table 7. Passage continues. Check again in 60 feet. Okay, so 1. So it's actually here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, it's a long passage. Let's see. Let's see on the tricks and traps table. Exciting. It's really funny to use another generator than what you're used to. I normally use the one in Osric. So let's see. Tricks and traps. Oh. It's another roll of a 20-sided die. 6. Okay. A pit 10 foot deep. 3 in 6 chance to fall in. We don't have a dwarf with us, unfortunately, whom I think would have a chance to see the pit. I'm going to say that it's a 50-50 chance of whoever is in front, and in front we have Porficlya, or however that is pronounced, and we have Gloris, so it's a 50% chance of either of them. Porficlya, that is good, that is our character with the most hit points. 3 in 6 chance of falling in. Oh my god. 3 in 6. So it means on a 3, 4, 5, and 6? Or how is it meant here? Yeah, it must be that. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's a pit trap right here. Here. 1, 2, 3. I'm drawing a pit trap on the map. And Porficlya falls into the pit trap. I think it's a D6 damage. Let me check though. Be right back. Yeah, I found the section in the book, but the thing is that I'm using the dungeon generator, and it has another chance of of a character falling into a pit trap than the actual rules of delving deeper. But let's just say that Porficlya has fallen into the pit. Normally it would only be on a 5 and 6. The trap is yeah. So when passed over a trapdoor, hitting the bottom will cause a 1 to 6 hit points of damage per 10 feet fallen, and any monster present will automatically have the advantage of surprise in the following turn. Deep pits could be filled with water, causing armored characters to drown. Shallow pits could contain spears or jagged rocks pointing upward that will cause an additional 2 to 12 hit points of damage should anyone fall in. Spears present may or may not be poisoned. Oh my god. A pit trap could be empty or contain a monster. You know what I'm going to say? I am going to say that it's a bit like an encounter roll to see if there's a monster in there. There's only a monster in there on a 6. That is so funny. Oh my god. I rolled 6 and I can see that my computer struggles. So I might be... Why is it struggling so much? I've recorded an hour. This would be the ultimate cliffhanger, but on the other hand, we haven't had a fight yet. But I think we should at least roll what sort of monster. First of all, how much is Porficlya hurt from the fall? Oh my god. Good thing that she didn't die of that, but our hero, quote unquote, Porficlya, just lost 5 of her 8 hit points, which brings her down to a 3. Ouch. And what sort of monster do we have in here? This is so hilarious. First I rolled... I keep rolling 6s. What is this? Which means I'm going to roll on encounter table 3. How cursed can this be? It says mummy, but I'm going to adjudicate that there's only one mummy. Shit. Explanation of monsters. Mummies. I'm going to jump right ahead to mummies. Okay. Mummies are invulnerable to normal weaponry, and even magical weaponry cause them only half damage. They are vulnerable to fire, however, even the ordinary sort. A hit from a mummy will cause a terrible necrosis such that wounds takes 10 times as long to heal. The first and second application of a remove disease spell will reduce this to 5 times and 2 times respectively, and the third application will lift the affliction entirely. And it did say that it just get an attack on me. That is so funny. Oh, hilarious. Okay. And we... Mummy, let me get to the table 1 sec. There's another thing I want to yeah. Mummy, shit. Hit die 5 plus 1. Are you... So it's a plus 1 for each hit die? I'm actually a bit confused about it. So it's plus 5, right? Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 14 or 8, 3, 11. Yeah. Plus, that's actually 15. Plus 5, so 20 hit points if it's for each hit die. That is just hilarious. You know what? I'm going to try and set this up. So be right back. Okay, so... Oh, she lands on... Porficlya lands on her face. Smack. And is surprised by... dormant mummy in the pit down there. Maybe I don't know, I've drawn the pit too big. I'm not sure how would they get around now, but it did say, I don't know, can they, I mean they can't fight in the same space, but maybe it's a bit smaller, but I don't know. Anyways, I think we can get around it. Maybe there's a ledge or something, we can just walk around it. Anyways, we shall see if because she is surprised, I think it's a plus 1 and I can't use shields if I had any. Am I not right? Oh, hope not. Surprise. Allows 1 turn of unanswered actions. If these should include attacks, they will be at plus 2 to hit, and if struck, the target will drop anything held with a throw of a 1 and 2 on a 6-sided. Yeah. Oh my god. So plus 2 to hit, and this is a mummy. So, as far as monster hit die, it's a hit die 5. So, and she has a what? An armor class of 5. It needs to roll a 10 to hit. But it's a plus 2. Okay, I'm hit. I'm just going to find the mummy again. Is there anything else I need to know? Yeah, its armor class is 4. I'm just assuming that it does 1d6 of damage, plus the... Oh! Only 1 point of damage to Porficlya. We have a chance. She stands up, and then this bandaged hand comes out of the darkness and just whacks her on the side of her face. Her face must really hurt now. Shit, sorry. Did mummies always inflict that? Or is it chance? Ah, shit. A hit from a mummy will cause a terrible necrosis. I forgot to roll the weather actually, but I'm just thinking that it might be Monday and it might be pissing down. I should have chosen another day and stayed in the warmth of the inn, in the fireplace. Okay. Do they know if fire... I'm going to say that it's a 50-50% chance if they know that fire will hurt it. And what will they do if... Okay. What is their intent? They want to... Okay. Do they know... Is it each of them? I'm going to roll a coin for each of them. Let's start with Odal. Does Odal know that fire can... Okay, sorry, I'm going to re-roll that. A 1 is a no and 2 is yes. Okay, Odal. Odal knows that fire will hurt the mummy. What about... yes. Edlin also knows that. Glorious does not know that. Does Porficlya know it? No. What? That was a really hexed roll. So I hope that's okay. Odal is standing next to. Yeah, I'm just putting tactics down here. Odal is standing next to the one with the light source. He might grab the, if we win initiative, the lantern and just simply throw it down there. Does he have torches though, and can he light it, and will he have enough time to do so? Odal actually has torches, but I'm going to say that he can't light it fast enough, of course. But what he is going to do, he would like to do, because, yeah. First off, we must declare intent of this fight. So, we have a magic user, but sleep does not work on undead. Yeah. Do they also know that... How should I play this? Do they also know that weapons... I think Glorious should actually be the one who knows this. She's dealt with undead. I'm going to say that Glorious knows this is an undead, and she will try to turn it. Can I turn mummies at this level? I cannot. But she knows this. I think she might be the one who shouts, throw the fire down! Throw the lantern into the pit! Okay. So, initiative. I'm going to roll... the zombie is the red die, we are the white die. We are the white die, that is really, really bad. The zombie wins initiative. Oh my god. So I'm going. I forgot to say is that I'm using the combat rules of Swords and Wizardry because I really like those, and it's also OD&D. So what happens here is that everything is sort of phased. So it's missile and movement first. It does not have missile weapons, but it can move, but it doesn't. It's maybe does it want to move maybe slightly in? I don't know. And then it's our turn to use missile or movement. And because I'm technically yeah, it is technically a missile weapon, isn't it? I don't know. Let's just give these adventures a fair chance. So I don't know. Yeah, that is what we're going to do. Let me see. So it just keeps standing where it is, and so now it's our turn to move and do missile weapons. So with bows you get 2 shots per round, it says. But would Odell be able to take the flask? Or she doesn't actually have to move if it's Glorious, and I said that Glorious would also know this. I know I rolled, but if if Edlin hands her the lantern, they know, yeah, and she throws it down. That's actually not movement, I would say. You know what? Let's just give them this little chance. So yeah. So whoopsie. What I had to do was, because I couldn't find anything about the oil and lantern. I don't think I've ever seen it explained in any role-playing game that what happens if you throw your lantern. So I'm the referee here, so I would allow it this time that if they make a missile attack, that it would smash and spill onto this zombie. It still has a ton of hit points, but I'm going to use a combination of rules from Swords and Wizardry also, because it says 1d4, but since a damage die in this one is a d6, I'm going to say it's a d6 instead. And yeah. So Edlin is quickly going to hand the lantern to Gloris, and she's going to aim to make it throw the lantern down so it sort of spills only on the zombie. And she needs to be successful here. If I roll a 1, then I think Porficlya would be hit. If I roll a crit, I think I will, yeah, add 1 to the damage, simply. So with my luck, I'm probably going to roll a 1. So I don't know if she. But the thing is, I'm not throwing actually to hit the zombie. I'm trying to hit the ground. I don't know. I don't know if there's rules for that, but I would say that would be 50-50. But since I'm trying to get the oil to spill, the flammable oils to spill on the zombie, I'm going to say that it requires a roll of +4. So I need to roll 14. Does she have any dex modifiers? -1 to the roll. Shit. This is doomed already. -1. It's not an exact fumble, so it goes down there. I'm going to say that it burns, but it sort of spills to somewhere else. One sec. So I forgot that she had lost 1 more hit point, so she's down. So Porficlya is down to 2 out of 8. I've put in some fire on the map, so these 2 squares are now. We don't have. We can sort of barely see what is going on, but it's because of the fire down there. But neither Porficlya or the mummy is hit. I don't know if I called it the zombie, or the mummy is hit. This is really bad, but it might be scared of the fire. It does say that fire can be used to sort of ward off the. It's scared of the fire. Yeah. It's yeah. I think I need to shut down soon because my computer can't really handle all the apps I have opened. I'm going to say that it's going to do a morale check, right? I don't know. They don't really have morale, do they? But I think that it must be afraid of fire. It's somewhat intelligent undead. I'm going to say that if I roll... I'm going to make it 50-50. I'm going to roll 2d6. If I roll under 7... no, over 7, it's successful and stays. So over, right? Shit, that is not what I hoped for. The mummy. Yeah, okay. The mummy stays, and it's the mummy's turn. Or, yeah, we could move. You know what? We could move, let's say that... You know what? I'm going to say that Odal also lights a torch. Yeah, that is what I'm going to say. He uses his turn to light a torch. Okay. Ah, shit. It's now the mummy's turn. It's now the phase of spells, melee and spells. So the mummy needs to roll a... what was it again? A 10. Oh, it fumbles. Great. Oh god. Okay, what is going to happen is that we're going to get 10 feet is 3 meters. Shit. Who has a rope? Who has a rope? Porficlya has a rope. She's going to... What is happening here is that she's going to... yeah, when it's... I think it's only on the movement phase, right? She can do this, because this is... Can she do that instead of a melee attack? No, I'm not going to adjudicate that. Okay, so it misses, and I think that Odal... Oh, she wants to throw the rope in the next round, so this is actually a new round. Okay, we can't cast any spells, so they want to help her up. So who acts first? The mummy is the red die, we are the white die. No! Oh! In my house ruling, I should say that if I roll equal to, because I don't want the simultaneously thing to happen, we win the initiative. So we win initiative. And on the movement phase, she wants to go down, turn around, toss up the rope, and Odal and Glorious are going to help. I'm going to say that is, I'm going to allow that. But in combat, when she turns around and moves out of the, it's a +2, I think it is, to hit. Yeah, so the zombie will get an attack when it's the zombie's turn, and we're focusing on helping up Porficlya. So that is our movement. Now it's the mummy. He's not going to move because of the fire. So it's actually a new round. And after this round, the fire has gone out because it's only then 2 rounds. First off, I'm going to remove the fire. Okay, the fire goes out. And it's our turn to melee and spells. We don't use any spells, and then it's the mummy's turn to hit at a +2. As she's trying to. Yeah, one thing. I'm going up. I forgot that in the movement phase because I allowed it, but this mummy, as I get up, because I'm just allowing that, the mummy gets 1 hit. That is what I'm going to say. So, +2. That's a miss. Oh my god. That is a miss. So, oh my god. Gloris is just looking down with a stern face at Porficlya saying, "You don't look too well." And I think we are going to stop it here while the camera zooms out. We see the mummy's sad face. Okay, but what I'm going to say, am I going to do this sort of real-time-ish, one-on-one time-ish? I think I might want to do that. So what I'm going to say is that because they were so not really far into the dungeon, because they can't get out without rolling any other, I'm simply going to say that they get out of the dungeon, and then I'm going to... They run like hell, right? So let me get the map up. They want to run back to town. That was a really unfortunate dungeon delve. Do they have any encounters while going back? So it's 1 encounter roll. No, they don't. They get back to town and they need to... Shit, she survived that. They need to get back to they get back to the village of Spring Piglinton, and back into the inn, the Stolen Oak, where they need to settle down for some time to heal up Porficlya. Yeah. Maybe there's a service in town with a cleric or something who can speed up the process. But I'm going to stop for today. That was rather funny. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.